In today's video, I'm going to be discussing why Social Security as a whole is failing. I have all the details and exactly what you need to know right here in the video. Let's get into it and talk through all the details. Alright, now if you've been watching the headlines, watching the videos here on the channel, or anything out there right now, you've certainly heard something about Social Security, at least over the last couple years here, about potential insolvency, the program going under, benefits being cut, benefits ending, all these other things like this. We've all heard it at some point. Well, as of right now, Social Security is not going anywhere anytime soon. They have a ton of money in the trust funds and is going to continue paying out promised benefits for millions upon millions of beneficiaries for many more years into the future. However, this program has been around for about 90 years since it was signed into law back in 1935, the Social Security Act, okay? However, since then, things have changed dramatically from 1935 until right now, 2024, as I film this video. Well, I want to give you some details because there's a couple distinct reasons why this program is actually not really working for the beneficiaries anymore, and it is not really in a very good financial position going forward. Well, I want to tell you all the details about this because, believe it or not, from 1935 until now, things have changed quite a bit. I know, surprise, right? I never would have guessed in 90 years' time that things would actually change. Yeah, they have. So anyway, let me share with you a few of the different details that are out there, and these are some of the main reasons why this program is struggling so much financially. Anyway, really fast before we get into it, can I ask a huge favor of you? If you have not done so yet, or if you happen to be new here, first off, welcome, and thank you so much for joining me. I really do appreciate it. Please, if you have not done so, will you subscribe to the channel by hitting the subscribe button right down below the video? It's totally free to do so. I love free. Free is my favorite price, so we'll pass that price right on to you today by hitting that subscribe button right down below as well, which, by the way, it's always free to subscribe. I just thought that was kind of funny. Anyway, I'm watching all the headlines, doing the research, advocating on your behalf, answering questions, anything I possibly can for you right now. I get it. It's a tough time out there financially. Everybody's struggling, and just want to do what I can for you. So again, thank you so much. Please subscribe down below if you haven't done so, and let's talk through the details of the main reasons why Social Security is having a hard time out there right now getting by with everything going on, okay? I'm going to point out a couple different reasons. Yes, I 100% agree. There are far more than just the reasons I'm talking about here in this video, but I want to point out a couple key reasons why this program is seeing some major financial issues, okay? Number one, here's what it comes down to. I want to talk about life expectancy really quickly, okay? So think of this. Back in 1935, when the Social Security Act was signed into law and these first checks started going out to beneficiaries just a couple years later, what happened? Well, get this. How long were people living at that time? I'll tell you, 65 years was the approximate life expectancy when Social Security was signed into law. Well, guess what? What was the full retirement age for Social Security when it first was signed into law? 65. Gee, look at that, right? So they basically said, we're going to basically set the full retirement age at 65. That's the life expectancy of people. So basically they're going to come in, they're going to grab one check, and they're going to croak. Awesome, right? They get one check and everybody wins, as in the program wins and the beneficiary basically gets screwed, okay? That's basically how it happens because they pay in through Social Security payroll taxes, they get nothing at the end of their life, they get like one check and then boom, sorry, Bob. Oh, Bob passed away. Oh, that's rough. That sucks, right? Yeah, that's really bad for Bob, right? My point is, that was the situation, okay? They basically got the checks at the very end of their life. Maybe they got a check, and a lot of times didn't even get a check. Sorry, that's not a good situation, right? Well, from then until now, life expectancies have increased by nearly 16 years, okay? We're now living, these 90 years later, we're now living on average about 16 years longer than we were 90 years ago. Okay, that's great. We're all living longer. That is awesome. That's really good for a lot of people. However, this isn't really taking into consideration basically what the program is doing here, right? So the whole purpose of the program when it was established 90 years ago was basically you get a couple little checks at the end of your life and that's about it, right? Well, we're now living a lot longer, so people are drawing on Social Security significantly longer, right? So the financial burden on Social Security per beneficiary is a lot greater because we're drawing on checks for 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 plus years in some instances for some beneficiaries. It's a lot of money going out. and they they did not account for this way back 90 years ago. Now here's the thing. Back in the 80s as well, yes, they did approve this adjustment to the full retirement age from 65 to 67. Well, okay, we're living on average about 16 years longer, but yet they adjusted the full retirement age by 2 years. Okay, so we still have an indifference here of 14 years. You get what I'm saying here, right? So that's one of the reasons, okay? Now next, I want to talk about the labor participation rate and how many people are out there paying in through Social Security payroll taxes versus how many per beneficiary. Does that kind of make sense? Okay, so right now, based on the most recent employment data, the labor participation rate is 62.7%. In other words, out of everybody between the ages of 16 and 65, 62.7% of the population in that age range who are willing and able-bodied are working. Okay, that means that, what is the math on that? 37.3% of the population in that age range are not working. In other words, not paying in through Social Security payroll taxes. If there's not money coming in from those people, that means that there's no money coming in, and that's less money coming in and less revenues coming in. Now, at the same time right now, guess how many workers are out there supporting each Social Security beneficiary? Now, here's the thing. It's not supporting, but you get my point here, okay? It simply means how many workers are there per beneficiary of Social Security right now? It's 2.7. 2.7 workers. So we got like 2 people and like an arm, a body, and a couple legs. We're missing an arm here, maybe a head, right? So we have 2.7 people for every one Social Security beneficiary. Well, get this. That's right now, okay? Right now for 2024. Back in the 50s, it was 16 workers per beneficiary. That is an equation that works. That does work, okay? 16 people out there working, paying in through Social Security payroll taxes per beneficiary. Today, we got 2 bodies and we got an arm, a leg or 2, maybe. You got a head, and we're probably missing half the body and maybe half an arm or something like that, right? That's what we have out there working per beneficiary right now. That is not an equation that works, okay? It simply means that far less people right now are working compared to the beneficiaries. So that's an equation that does not work, right? So it simply means that something is about to break. Well, we know this. We know that something's about to break because it's called Social Security insolvency. In other words, the program is being drawn down. In other words, the trust funds are being drawn down. In fact, last year, 2023, they drew down the trust fund by $41 billion. That's not that much money. Considering they have $2.788 trillion in the trust fund, they drew it down by $41 billion. Who cares? $41 billion, when we're talking about nearly $3 trillion, is chump change. That's nothing, okay? It's pocket change for them. It means nothing. But at the end of the day, it is still a deficit. They had, what was the number? 3.51, yeah, I said that wrong. $1.351 trillion of income coming in through Social Security payroll taxes, interest, and taxation of benefits. Meanwhile, they paid out these big numbers confuse me a little bit. $1.392 trillion of benefits, okay? So they had a deficit of $41 billion that they drew out of the trust fund. Do you see these reasons? No wonder why they're financially struggling. Things have changed. Now, here's the thing. If I had to guess, they will push out the full retirement age for Social Security. Why? Because we're living a lot longer. It only makes sense. Now, does this make me some crazy nut job that says that we should push out the full retirement age? Here's the thing. Everybody just looks at it for surface face value and says, oh, he's trying to screw the seniors and push out the full retirement age. I'm not saying that. I'm saying push out the full retirement age for young guys like me. Seriously, that's what I'm seriously saying. For people that are like my age, 40 and younger, that's where I am right now, okay? People that are 40 and younger, yes, the full retirement age for them should be a lot higher. Why? Because they should not be allowed to draw Social Security at 62 and then draw and pull off the program for 30 plus years. That's the problem with the program. You see what I'm saying here? So for the young guys, the whippersnappers out there, yeah, raise the full retirement age on them. They should be doing this because we're living so much longer. As far as current beneficiaries and seniors, leave them alone. Don't raise the full retirement age on them. Why? That would not do anything for them other than sacrifice their benefit. It should not be for the people that are currently aged 62 or older, no, we should not raise their full retirement age. But for the young people, yeah, 100% we absolutely should be, because this is only going to put more financial strain on the program when people like me in 25 years start drawing my benefit. Why wouldn't I, right? My retirement benefit, I should say, okay? Why wouldn't I? And then sail off into sunset, call it retirement for the next 30, 35 years and enjoy all those checks every month, right? Why wouldn't somebody like me do that, right? My point is, they should push it out for people like me another, I don't know, however many years, many, many years, because that just avoids me being able to do that, right? But if I have the ability to claim a check right in my early 60s, why would I not do that? To me, that sounds really appealing. Sure, send me a check. I'd be glad to get a check in my mailbox every month and do nothing for it, except for maybe putting in the time right now. I'm good with that, right? Anyway, these are the major problems. And again, they have to do something in Social Security majorly. And again, many of you here on the channel that watch these videos and have been watching the videos here on the channel for a while now, you know my stance on Social Security. Leave the seniors alone. That's my point. I've said this many, many times before. Leave the seniors alone. Leave the disabled alone. But anybody else who's younger and able-bodied, yeah, by all means, raise their full retirement age. You have to. If they don't do it, the program's just going to be broke once again at some point in the future, unless they make more major changes to it, which, as we can see out of the actions of lawmakers, they're doing nothing. They've done nothing. They're doing nothing. So anyway, I'll give you posted as we go forward. As always, if you've not done so, please subscribe down below if you haven't done so yet. Share the video with your friends on social media. Check out any other videos here on the channel, including the thousands in the video library, those that I've hand-selected for you down below in the description at the top of the comment section. And right now, popping up on your screen, check out those videos as well. So go ahead and make your selection now. Enjoy your day, and I'll catch you again later in the next Ramble video. So